The life story of Alfons Zeileis is taking a summer break. We are focusing on the topic of art. After dealing with the question what is art in the last video, today we look at who buys art or what they think is art. The state, the church and the aristocracy have traditionally been the usual suspects when it comes to buying art. I have already reported on the problems caused by Emperor William II's understanding of art in the video Alfons Zeileis and the Emperor. The Emperor commissioned and bought art for representational purposes. After all, he had the power to display the art he favored in public places in Berlin and throughout the empire. Not everyone liked that. At the end of the 19th century, a new kind of museum director emerged, such as Hugo von Tschudi or Alfred Lichtwark, who wanted to create a comprehensive picture of past and contemporary art with their collections and no longer just wanted to show their favorite artists or those of the ruling classes. In the 19th century, a wealthy middle class developed that collected art, such as Karl and Felicie Bernstein in Berlin or Joseph and Mathilde Benzino in Kaiserslautern. This group of buyers played a particularly important role in the acquisition of art from new art movements. Impressionism and Expressionism were very popular with this private group of buyers and were sometimes also seen as an investment. After the end of the First World War, there was hardly any money available for the purchase of art in the Palatinate. The managing director of the Palatinate Art Working Group, Hermann Graf, speaks of pity purchases. The state bought paintings not because they were particularly good, but because the artists needed support. Anyone who had a network like Max Slevogt, who as a Palatine by choice was also seen as a Palatine artist, had a stable circle of buyers such as Emil Waldmann, the director of the Bremen Kunsthalle until 1945. Max Slevogt lived from his art. The state's taste in art also played a major role under National Socialism. As is still the case today in dictatorships, a monumental style was also in demand back then. After the end of the Nazi dictatorship, many people wondered whether this foam-born Aphrodite by Fritz Klimsch had emerged from the sea or from the bubble bath of a National Socialist bathtub supplied with hot water. Some will say, why? It's quite pretty. Here we go again. Perhaps art is the achievement of the recipient, which means the person looking at it. Under National Socialism, it was possibly more of a mark of quality not to be bought, but to be categorized as inferior or degenerate. In any case, private art was frowned upon. Art had to be publicly accessible. The state bought art. Today, everyone buys art, or what they think is art. Art is an investment. Art is an object of speculation. Art is a status symbol. On the one hand, auctions determine the value of art. Museums and private collections indicate which art is regarded as such. On the other hand, art no longer has to be expensive. High-ranking designers work for a Swedish furniture store, for example. This leads us to the question of the next video. Who actually sells art?